Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Okay, what do we have today? Drum roll. It's a book haul. Obviously, we know with the book background, we have a few different options. The option today is a book haul from Where You Mags, from McKay's. I did go back. Love that place. I did another trade-in. I got the most money back this time around. I got like $58 and something cents, and that paid for half of my book haul today. Half. I only had to come out of pocket with $68 and something cents. Girl, I got like 9 books, so my trade-in paid for like 5 or 4 of them. That's amazing. And as always with McKay's, I like to go right when they open because then I get pick of the litter, and usually I'm in there for at least an hour and a half because I have to browse, and then usually can take them like 20 to 30 minutes to process your trade-in depending on how much stuff you're bringing in for the trade-in. And because I have to browse the rows multiple times because I could miss something. I found one like dime a dozen book, and then I kept finding them again today. So I'm always gonna say go when they open because that's always worked out for me. And yes, we have a good haul. I feel like most of them are fantasy. I got 1 or 2 romance, mostly fantasy, and then some romantasy. We have wonderful books. I'm talking about signed books, special editions, collector's editions. That makes me excited. So we're gonna work our way up to the other books. As always, I will put the price on the screen of whatever originally was and then what I got it for. And for some of these, I'm going to have to search what the original price was. But my trade-in credit was $58.78, and then the amount of cash I paid was $68.73. We love to see it. Okay, so starting off, we have A Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair. I also just found out that this got re-released in 2024, and this is the new cover. There was a different one. I found 2 editions of this book, but I went with this one since it's the newer release cover, which means the rest of the series will also be reprinted. Well, is already printed in the new covers, so I want them to match. This is woven into the Hades and Persephone like A Touch of Darkness books. Here's the whole thing. So this is, I believe, if you want to do the tandem read, I think yeah, A Touch of Darkness, A Game of Fate is book 1 in this series. I don't have it yet, but I will. And then A Touch of Ruin. So you can read them separately or you can read them tandemed. I've read A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Ruin, and I don't have A Touch of Chaos. I have A Touch of Malice, but it all focuses on Hades and Persephone, but I think this series is from like Hades' point of view, and the other one isn't, and you just get more details. That's what I know. I know you can read both series without reading one or the other. I think you can read them together. You don't have to. But yeah. So I found it. I got it because I have not read the first one in this series per se. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I have been enjoying the series. Again, I've read, what is that? A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Ruin. So far, so good. I'm a sucker for a Hades and Persephone retelling. It's always going to get the job done. It's always really good. But also, I just enjoy Scarlett St. Clair. So, yeah. I'll get to this one eventually. And I'll also look up how this is even supposed to be read. Oh, this also comes with bonus content. Love that. But it has a total of 444 pages. The original price being $16.99, and then I got it for $12.50. Moving on, I'm so excited for this one. This is the Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. It's a signed edition. Okay, if you don't know, I love me some Kennedy Ryan. I truly do. I have already read this book, but I don't own a signed copy of it. So now I own the signed copy of it. This is a 3-book series, but books 1 and 2 focus on one couple, and then the 3rd book focuses on a different couple, but the female main character was mentioned earlier on in these books. I have read both books 1 and 2, really enjoyed this series. I have yet to move on to the 3rd one, but I will. But I could not pass up this signed copy. This is now the 2nd signed book I own by Kennedy Ryan, so that makes me very excited. Because this is book 1, I will read the back. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I already know how it's going to play out. But just so you can see, this is All the King's Men, the 3 books in this series. Raised to rule, bred to lead, and weaned on a diet of ruthless ambition. In a world of haves and have-nots, Maxim Cade's family has it all, and he wants nothing to do with it. At odds with his oil mogul father, he's determined to build his own empire, even if it means traveling far from home, painted as the black sheep. Lennox Hunter is the exception to every one of Maxim's rules. Protesting the oil pipeline that threatens to destroy her ancestral land, she meets Maxim in a flurry of stars and sparks. That one moment changes everything, and it changes nothing. Maxim's family is still the one stealing from hers, and his father is still the man she hates most. He lies to have her once, and despite the truth, he'll do anything to keep her. Lennox tries to hate Maxim, but the pull between them across miles and years will not be denied, and neither will Maxim. Yes, the story takes place across multiple timelines, but it is explained throughout the book when that happens, and it makes sense, and the time jumps aren't bad, if that makes sense. Like, it will flow, per se. So yeah, I've enjoyed this series, and when I saw that, I said, yeah, add it to the basket. Of course, I was shopping with a basket. But this one had a total of 334 pages, with the original price being $17.99, and I got it for $9. A signed copy for $9. Okay, this one, people have been talking about it so much, but this is Zodiac Academy, book 1. It's a bit of a brick, but apparently as you keep reading the series, they get bigger and bigger. But I've decided to start this. All I know is it's like 2 twins in this mythical, magical fantasy school that they have going on. But again, people have been raving about this book for so long, and I saw it. I was like, okay, let's give it a chance. Let's see what it's about. So I'm hoping, hoping it's really good. I think there's 8 books in the series, maybe more. I was trying to see if it was laid out here. Let's see. Yeah, Zodiac Academy. So this is a list of all the books, including like novellas and stuff. I know it's a pretty long series and pretty thick books, but I'm intrigued. I'm a Gemini, impulsive, curious, headstrong, a twin, heir to a throne I know nothing about, and it turns out I'm Fae. But of course there's a catch. All I have to do to claim my birthright is prove that I'm the most powerful supernatural in the whole of Celeria. And sure, technically that's true, as I'm the daughter of the Savage King. But the bit they didn't put in the brochure was that every single Fae in this kingdom would claim my throne if they could. In this deadly academy, vampires bite weaker students in the corridors. The werewolf pack has ogres in the waiting wood at every full moon, and don't even get me started on the twisted ways the sirens use their powers on people's emotions, or how my sinfully tempting cardinal magic professor hosts detentions that leave people needing therapy. Classes are totally interesting if you manage to live through them. In that Gemini star sign I mentioned, It now determines my elemental magic and affects my destiny. So learning astrology is essential if I'm going to beat down my classmates, which is actively encouraged, by the way. My biggest problem is the dark-hearted dragon shifter who has his eye on my throne. He and his 3 psycho friends are determined to make my time here hell. All I've got to do is survive, but fate might have other ideas. Damn it, why couldn't I have gotten a letter to Hogwarts? That sounds interesting. I'm just trying to wrap my head around all the books in the series, because I'm like, what's going on that we have this many books? But also, is it like we're introduced to people early on in this book, and then as the series goes on, they become the focal point? I don't know, but I'm here for it and excited to finally start this series. It has a total of 505 pages, and the original price was $20.99, and I got it for $8. $20.99 for a paperback is crazy. Okay, now we're moving on to more fantasy and romantasy books. We haven't gotten to the exciting books just yet. So next we have The Serpent and the Wolf by Rebecca Robinson. This has been on my list for a while. I finally saw it at McKay's, so I decided to grab it. Everyone is talking about this book as well. I can't remember if this is the start to a series or not, but I know it's a romantasy, so I'm here for it. Who doesn't love a romantasy? Also, look at the map that they have. It's so nice. Yeah. Let's see. A Fake Marriage meets Enemies to Lovers and Rebecca Robinson's steamy, thrilling romantasy debut, the start to a duology perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout. All her life, Vasa Kozar has been sharpened into a blade. She has now lost her mother, her only remaining parent, to a dark magic that has since awoken within her. Vasa's domineering brother, Dominic, knows Vasa isn't long for this world, so he marries her off to Reed of Marais, a ruthless foreign ruler, in one last political scheme. For Dominic to invade Reed's nation, all Vasa has to do is die, but she is desperate to live. Vasa enters her new marriage with every intent of escaping it. To her surprise, Reed offers her a deal: help him win the vote to rise in power, and she can walk free. In exchange, he will keep the dark magic running through her veins at bay. His proposal may be too good to refuse. Yet, Vasa and Reed's undeniable attraction threatens to break the rules of their arrangement. As Dominic's lethal misoginations take form, everything is at stake. Vasa must learn to trust her new husband, but how can she? Especially when their perfect political marriage begins to feel like the real thing. Okay, love Enemies to Lovers, because it's always going to be good every single time. And we're throwing in a fake marriage that's beneficial to both parties. Okay, but what I want to know is, how is Reed supposed to keep Vasa's dark side at bay? Like, what do we have going on? Also, what is her dark side? How did she get that? And then Dominic, we don't like him because not you sold your sister off for marriage and then you want her to die? Yeah, so obviously he's our villain. We don't like him. So I'm here for it. It also seems like a quick read, and then it's a duology. So 2 books and then we're out of here. Also, I don't know. I think this is a new-ish release. So book 2 is probably not coming out until next year. This has a total of 346 pages. The original price being $28.99, and I got it for $15.50. Okay. Next up, we have Forged by Blood, and this is by Ehigbor Okosun. I don't know if I said that right. But this is part of a series, book 1 in the series. I've been wanting to read this for a long time. It's been on my list for, I can't even tell you how long. And I saw this like right when I walked in. So, of course, I had to put it in the basket. And I think this is only a duology. Yeah, it's a duology. And it's been out for a while, so I'm pretty sure both books are out, and this might be the author's debut novel as well. Okay. In the midst of an authoritarian regime and political evasion, Demi just wants to survive, to avoid the suspicion of the non-magical ages who occupy her ancestral homeland of If. To escape King Sorensen's brutal genocide of her people, the darker-skinned, magic-wielding Uluso, and to live peacefully with her secretive mother while learning to control the terrifying blood magic that is her birthright. But when Demi's misplaced trust cost her mother's life, survival gives way to vengeance. She bides her time until the devious Lord Ekwinsi grants her the perfect opportunity, kidnap the AG prince, Jonas, and bargain with his life to save the remaining Uluso. With the help of her reckless childhood friend Colin, Demi succeeds, but discovers that she and Jonas share more than deadly secrets. Every moment tangles them further into a forbidden, unmistakable attraction, much to Colin and Demi's distress. The kidnapping is now a joint mission to return to the king, help get Lord Ekwinse on the council, and bolster the voice of the Uluso in a system designed to silence them. But the way is dangerous. Demi's magic is growing yet uncertain, but she's not sure if she can trust the two men at her side. A tale of rebellion, redemption, race and class, love and trust, and betrayal. Forged by Blood is epic fantasy at its finest from an enthusiastic, emerging voice. Okay, so I don't think it's going to be a love triangle because it seems like Demi only really has feelings for Jonas, but I think that Colin may have had some underlying feelings for Demi, but I think Demi just looks at him as a friend. So that might cause some tension between the three because obviously they're on this mission together. Also, sorry if I didn't say any of these words right. I'm trying my best. But yeah, it's giving romantasy. I want to say potentially an enemies to lovers. But I don't know how set enemies to lovers. It might not be a hardcore enemies to lovers, maybe a dislike to lovers. Yeah, and it seems it's also inspired by Nigerian mythology, so I'm here for it. I've been waiting to read this. It sounds like something I would like. It's also on the shorter side. It's not as thick, so potentially a quick read. This book has 389 pages. The original price is $30 and I got it for $15.50. So now we're about to move on to some of the special edition books and stuff that I found. Good stuff. First up, okay, hold on. First up, we have this collector's edition of Red Queen. On the back, it says, "Power is a dangerous game." I was so excited when I saw this, especially because my friend Hannah, she found the special edition of Red Queen earlier this year. And not that I have been searching for it, but I was like, I wouldn't be opposed if I found it. And also, if you can see the Red Queen on here, so nice. I have book 1 in the series and book 2. I've been searching for the rest of the series. I did not find the next book at McKay's, but I found this collector's edition, and it does have pictures throughout. It's so nice. It also has bonus content. I was trying to see. Okay, so here's books 1, 2, and 3 of the series. I have books 1 and 2. The last time I was at McKay's, I did find book 2. I'm slowly but surely collecting them all. And then this has some bonus content in this book as well, all these extra pages. Like, she's stunning. She's so pretty, and I love that I own this now. But I have shown this on my channel before, but I'm just gonna read what it's about anyway, because we have it here. But all right. The world is divided by blood, those with red and those with silver. Mare and her family are lowly reds, destined to serve in the silver elite, whose supernatural abilities make them nearly gods. Mare steals what she can to help her family survive, but when her best friend is conscripted into the army, she gambles everything to win his freedom. A twist of fate leads her to the royal palace itself, where in front of the king and all his nobles, she discovers a power of her own, an ability she didn't know she had, except her blood is red. To hide this impossibility, the king forces her into the role of a lost silver princess and betroths her to one of his own sons. As Mare is drawn further into the silver world, she risks her new position to aid the Scarlet Guard, the leaders of a red rebellion. Her actions put into motion a deadly and violent dance, pitting prince against prince and Mare against her own heart. This exclusive collector's edition of the beloved first book in the Red Queen series features striking new cover art, a printed case, stunning fan art, and an inside look at the Scarlet Guard. Discover the lush, vivid fantasy series where loyalty and desire can tear you apart and the only certainty is betrayal. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I am actively reading this series, so I don't want to spoil anything. But love it. And this has a total of, let me see some page numbers. 383 pages, the original price being $24.99, and I got it for $13.50. This was another good find that I could not believe, but Kingdom of the Feared by Kerri Maniscalco. I don't know if I said that right. I have read this entire series. These are the other books. I have them in paperback. They are amazing. I love this series. It recently had a spin-off. There are 2 books out in that series. We love it as well. But this is a special edition version. Look at the hardcover. Look at it. Love her, right? And then the end pages. And it's signed. So this is from the Bookish box, which I have bought books directly from the website. I'm going to have to search to find the price from that, but books from the Bookish box can range from like $22 to maybe $40, potentially higher dollars. So I was stoked to find this one. It also has a reversible dust jacket. Love that. I was searching to see if they had the rest of the books in the series. Unfortunately, they did not. If they did, someone else already grabbed them, but I couldn't pass it up because I thoroughly enjoyed this series, and this was an amazing find. Like, I picked it up for the edges just to see, because I was like, what version of this is it? And I opened it up and I said, yeah, add it to the cart. And I'm not going to go into this because this is not book 1. Kingdom of the Wicked is actually book 1, and I've already read this book, so I already know how it plays out. But again, it's a 10/10 series. I would highly recommend. This is a romantasy series. So good. With fae, princes, magic, all that jazz. So yeah, I'm just happy to have this one. I'm going to look to see where the others are, if they're being sold somewhere. If not, I'm just gonna keep my eye out at McKay's because I seem to always find good stuff. What? It has an what is this called? A page overlay. I just found this in the back of the book when I was looking for pages. This is the female main character. And that's crazy. I feel like now, let me check and see if there are any more surprises. I love that for me though. There are not, but this was a nice little surprise because I didn't originally see that. So we're just gonna put that in here. Wonderful. Such a good surprise. Oh, love it. So this book has a total of 404 pages. I will find the original price and put it up. Okay, well it says on here $19.99 on the dust jacket. I will double check that. If that's the case, sure, but I don't know. And I got it for $13.95. Okay, we have 2 more books, and these are both also special edition books. This is Until We Shatter by Kate Dillon. Have I heard of this book before? No. But I looked it up, and it sounds like a cup of tea that I would like to drink. Also, this is an Illumicrate exclusive edition. This Illumicrate is like a book box thing you can sign up for, but usually you're put on the waiting list for a very long time. It is hard to get on the list to even get the books. I think you pay a certain amount and it comes with the book and maybe other stuff. I don't know. There's different book box things you can sign up for. I'm not signed up for any of them because the waiting list is like 1,000 years long. So I found this one and could not get her. And we do have art on the hardcover. Stunning. And end pages, right? Beautiful. And no, that's not all. It's also signed by the author. So yeah, I picked it up. What drew me in was this cover itself, and then I saw the edges, and then I opened the book to see more. And I said, yeah. But it's fantasy, and it has like found family elements to it. So let's see. No matter where she goes, Simi's life is under threat. The church would see her killed for having any magic. The Council of Shades wants her dead for not having enough. So when her mother falls ill, Simi has no choice but to turn thief. And when she's offered a job that could solve all their problems, it's impossible to resist. The catch, Kimmy will have to work with Chase. Beautiful, dangerous, and full of secrets, to steal a powerful relic the church has hidden within a deadly realm of shadows. If she succeeds, Simi will finally be safe, but if she's caught, she risks igniting a spark that could destroy the city and everyone inside. An action-packed, epic heist fantasy from the author of Mindwalker, perfect for fans of Six of Crows, Master of One, and Bonecryer's Dawn. I love Six of Crows. I've read it. Watch the series, all of it. The entire Grishaverse is for me. Master of One, I do own that as well. I have not read it yet. But yeah, fantasy with some romance, found family, a little heist. Say less. Say less. So yeah, I was very excited to find this one. And just because I didn't know about it didn't mean I didn't need it. This has a total of 327 pages. I will have to look up how much this book originally cost, but I got it for $15. Last book. This is also a great find. This is The Curse of Saints. Also, this is by Kate Dramis. I don't know if I said that right. I mean, what? This is a Fairy Loot edition of this book. Fairy Loot is another book box subscription you can sign up for. Again, not signed up for any of them. But when you find them out in the wild, you have to get them, because if you're not signed up for the book box subscription, then the chances of you owning a copy is 0. Well, we'll say like 1% chance, because I now own like 2 Illumicrate books and now a Fairy Loot book edition. So the chances are slim. They're not zero, but they're very, very slim. I found this one. I said, again, I don't really know what you're about, but let me see. Look at this foiling on the book. Stunning. And then our end pages. Beautiful. Stunning. Of course, the sprayed edges. And the book is signed. I found this book and the one I previously showed, they were actually right next to each other. I said, what are the odds? So I'm assuming these probably were donated by the same person. Thank you to whoever you are. Just know they went to a loving home. I will love them. But this is I was trying to find the little reading section. Okay, so this is the first book in a series. That's what I thought. It's a trilogy actually, and this is the author's debut fantasy novel. So I'm pretty sure A Curse of Saints is on my list, but the cover that I'm associating it with is obviously not this one, but I'm pretty sure the entire series is out. Has she been sent to save the realm or destroy it? As spy master to the queen, Aya's blood oath ensures she protects those she fights alongside, including Will, the queen's enforcer and Aya's bitter rival. When rumors of dark magic rise in a nearby kingdom, both are sent to investigate. But when Aya's power acts beyond her gods-given affinity, she risks being turned into a weapon in a war she doesn't know how to win. And when her relationship with Will unexpectedly shifts, neither knows the danger that will follow. So obviously it's giving enemies to lovers. I mean, look at this. She's holding a knife to his throat. Yeah, it's enemies to lovers, and I'm here for it. And obviously she's more powerful than people know. So we have a powerful female main character. Love it. But also, I want y'all to see. Take a look at this man. We just have to, I'm sorry, we have to go through this. Take a look at this man, right? We see him, and then take a look at this man. It's not the same man. So, is it a love triangle, or what's the tea? Because only one male is mentioned. So, I don't know. Potentially a love triangle. But, I mean, I guess we're gonna see. We'll see what it's about. She's a little thick. So, and then it's going over the course of 3 books. So obviously a lot is happening. This has a total of 489 pages. Yes, and again, I'm gonna have to look up what the original price of this was, because I don't know, but I got it for $16.50. So that was the last book in my haul. Another just wonderful trip to McKay's. I mean, I'm telling you, every time I go there, I'm never disappointed. I always find gems, but the key is you have to go down the aisles, up and down the aisles multiple times. You have to stay in there at least for an hour and a half, because it just, I know what you're thinking. You spend an hour and a half in the store and you only came out with 9 books. But I have collector's editions. I have special editions. I have signed copies for that an hour and a half. It just makes sense. You have to search, because also they have rows and rows and shelves of books. So you have to take your time when you're looking. And that's what I do, and I always leave with gems. And then of course the trade-in, I would always say take advantage of the trade-in. With the trade-in, you can do store credit or you can get cash back. I usually always just use store credit because I'm shopping there anyway. And usually, at least for the times that I've done it, I get more money back in store credit than if I were to do cash. So just think about that as well. Yeah, another trip to McKay's, another happy Michaela. We love to see that. As always, if there is a McKay's near you, please go and search, find your books. You won't be disappointed. At least I'm never disappointed when I go to my case. But that's all for this video, my glorious haul, new books to welcome home and to read. So I don't know what the next video is, but I will see y'all there. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.